Hey everybody, View from the Pew, the podcast. I'm Chris, and I love featuring where I work full time. My podcast is my passion project, but I work full time for the Cleveland.com as a trending and entertainment reporter and sports as well. And love talking to food people. And we have Paris Wolfe with us, one of our food writers. Big story this week, Paris. The new Archburger came out, and Paris, you got to eat one of the first ones, right?
I did. They asked me to go try it before they released it to the public. So I did get to eat one of the first ones.
Did they have like a special event or how'd that work?
No, no, they just had the local McDonald's have it ready for me and I went and picked it up.
Oh, fantastic. Oh, they kind of pitched it to you and say, hey, do you want to
Yeah,
do
they
this
said,
and
"Hey, we
everything?
have this coming up. We know you've done this kind of writing before. Why don't you try this one?" And fast food's interesting. Why not find out first what's coming up?
Yeah, fantastic. No, and that's great. Bravo to the local McDonald's for seeing the opportunity. And the story you wrote a story kind of reviewing the Archburger. We'll have a link to that with the podcast. You only could get through 3 bites. It's a big sandwich, isn't it?
It's big. It's a big sandwich. There's so much meat on it. The toppings, it would have the same amount of toppings, say, that a quarter pounder would have, but it's twice as much meat. And that just seemed like a lot of meat. It was juicy. Um, and with the sauce and the meat juices and the cheese, there was a lot of richness to it. A lot of fat, a lot of richness.
We've talked. It kind of reminds me a little bit of a double quarter pounder. Does it have that same? Are the burgers that big? Or I know you were telling me that you eat like quarter pounders and everything.
Yeah, quarter
I-
pounders are my favorites.
Is it like a double quarter, or is it bigger than a double quarter in terms of the meat itself, like the patty?
It's at least a double quarter pounder. I mean, technically, it should be a double. I haven't really compared them.
Okay.
Technically, it should be a double, but it just seems big.
Yeah, one of the reviews I read kind of compared it a little bit to double quarter, but it seems like there's more like onions and 3 pieces of cheese and everything that makes it bigger and everything. Wow. It seems I'm sure there's people who can eat the whole thing, but man, it just seems like a lot to get through. It's a little bit more expensive and everything. How do you think it's going to do? It sounds like there's a lot of buzz. People are excited about it. But do you think it's going to go over that well? Such a big burger?
You know, if I were to, when my kids were young, I have two boys and they are now 27 and 28. But when they were younger, they could eat a lot. And I would say after a rugby game, they could polish one off. When they were really younger, I might have bought one of those burgers, $9, and
Yeah.
split it between two of them. And it would have adequately served them.
Yeah, I mean,
But it was $9. It's 1,020 calories, whereas a
yeah,
quarter pounder is like 540, I think.
yeah. Yeah. I was sharing with you before we got on the podcast. I've had some heart issues about 2 years ago, so they told me to really watch what I ate. So I've kind of intentionally stepped away from the burgers. It's crazy. The health guidelines say what 2,000 calories a day, and then
If
I've
you're
been
a man,
yeah. What's it for women? Just like
I think
is it
it's
less than
closer
that?
to 1,800. Yeah,
Really?
for women,
Oh,
maybe a little less.
well, the other thing they tell me to watch out for is the sodium. And I saw the Archburger had what 1720 sodium.
Yeah, the sodium's off the charts. Yeah.
Now, granted, if you had more than 2,000 of sodium in 1 or 2 days, you'll be okay. You're not going to fall over. But man, I don't know. I mean, I'm excited about this. I'm a big fan of McDonald's. I love the big sandwiches. But 1720 with sodium, that just doesn't sound right or good for our health a little bit, you know?
No, no, but so much fast food and processed food in general, they use salt to make it appealing. And I love salt. It is appealing. And I'm trying not to eat as much salt as well.
Yeah, it seems funny because I know for a while, like it was like, yeah, let's make our sandwiches big and everything, and then for a while we went back to the healthier stuff, and this seems to be kind of a push back the other way a little bit.
That's interesting. It is. I'm trying to think of why.
Well, it was funny. Like around the time of COVID, it was like I know McDonald's had a bunch of healthier stuff. They had like more wraps and other things, and more yogurts, and oh, what was it? They had something else, and then they seemed to do away with it a little bit. And again, I'm not saying McDonald's as a whole is like, hey, let's make our food unhealthy, but it's just really strange and really different. So, are you going to try the Archburger that much more in the future, or is this just a one and done for you?
I think it's one and done. I'm more of a quarter pounder girl. I miss the tomato.
Yeah. I mean, could you add a tomato to it, you think?
Probably.
Okay.
Probably. I didn't even realize because I think of a burger as coming with lettuce, tomato, onion, pickles. So not having it was kind of a surprise to me.
I get made fun of this all the time. And feel again, we're just a podcast. Feel free to make fun if you want to. I do not like sauce. So I would eat lots of Big Macs during my burger eating part of my life. I would always ask for the sauce out. And I get made fun of by podcasters about that all the time. What do you think about the sauce on the Arch Burger? I hear it's a little bit different than Big Mac. Was that good or bad? What do you think?
It is different than Big Mac. I think I got a generous serving of sauce on it. I think that maybe because they knew a journalist was picking it up.
Oh,
Um,
they
you
really
know,
stick it on for you.
I know. I think I should have probably scraped a little of it off. It tastes good, but I'm more familiar with the Big Mac sauce. And I think you get comfortable with what you're familiar with. I'm a mayonnaise girl. I love mayonnaise on my burgers.
Okay.
Um, so that's usually where I go. Now, when you
Well,
say you're not a sauce person, no mayonnaise, no ketchup, no mustard?
oh, not much. Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. I mean, everybody has their own goofy quirks. That's my goofy quirk a little bit. No, I like stuff dry. I get made fun of all the time because, like the Big Mac, I started to eat that dry. But really, if you eat that dry, there's really not much to the sandwich. I mean, you got two thin patties and piece of bread in the middle and cheese and tomato and well, not tomato, but what lettuce and
Lettuce. Yeah.
that's it.
Yeah.
It's a pretty dry sandwich, but I'm not big. Yeah, I never really liked the taste of ketchup or mustard or something like that. So it's really weird. So I don't know. It's strange. So I'm not sure. What did you think? I don't know if you saw. We had a trending story about this the other day. McDonald's kind of took some flack with their CEO. For some reason, he did a video, kind of
Did.
about him eating the Archburger, but it looked very awkward and everything. What was up with that?
Did you watch the video?
Yes, it was very
Okay.
awkward.
So did I. He looked terribly awkward from the beginning. So, like, he just wasn't comfortable on camera. And then when he took a bite of the sandwich, he was rather timid, which I thought kind of went with his behavior preceding it, but it wasn't an assertive way to sell a sandwich.
Well,
And
here's
the
what
internet
I,
has blown up.
yeah, here's what I don't get. I've done journalism a lot in my life. I've dabbled in PR for a couple of years too. You don't have to put out a video. You know what I'm saying? Like, if the guy wasn't comfortable with eating the sandwich, why did he do a video? You know what I mean?
And if it
Well,
didn't look good on video, why even put it out there?
right. So, I mean, it's not like it's not like Paris did a freedom of information request and say, do a video about the sandwich. And the guy
Yeah.
was like, oh, I have to do
Yeah.
it. And look at their PR team. Why didn't the PR team kind of look at it and say, hey, buddy, let's redo this again? It looks a little awkward or something. It
I
was very
wonder if,
strange.
you know how there's been a lot of talk about being transparent and
Yeah.
transparency and people being themselves? I think they took it a little too far.
Well, I was surprised too because in the PR world, I would always argue to say, take out your phone, do a video, make it easy, make it simple. But especially the higher up corporation wise I got, they said, no, we do a professional video. The other thing about that video, it looked like someone just whipped out their iPhone and took a video of him. Like it looked very simple. And I guess what you're
Yeah.
saying with the transparency, maybe that's why they did it. That's great. But it just looked very, I don't know, very strange. So
It looks like maybe one of his kids did it and they humored him and put it online.
what if he was like tired and they were like, like the kids like, hey, we're gonna put a video of dad out there or something else like that,
Yeah, right.
Because I'm not sure, did it come from the McDonald's account or?
I think it was on their. on his Instagram or on one of his social media feeds or McDonald's social media feed. I think it was, yeah,
Really?
corporate.
Wow. Very strange. I don't know. And all the other fast food places are jumping on board. Like Burger King did theirs, where the CEO was a little over the top, eating one of their sandwiches very greedily and everything else. I don't know. It's fun to write about. I mean, we're all trending journalists to a certain point. We enjoy stuff like that. Do you think that matters with how these sandwiches are going over? I mean, we enjoy it. It's fun to watch. The videos are fun. I wonder if the public, if that's going to matter to the public at all, that the McDonald's CEO was very awkward around the sandwich.
I'm wondering that. I mean, in early public relations, all media is good media,
Yeah, right.
and it might be driving a lot of curiosity. So they might not be suffering from it. They might just be getting a lot of criticism from the public, but the burger, I don't think it's going to suffer.
Well, there's a lot of jokes. I'm a big fan of McDonald's. When people say you don't always embrace going to McDonald's, it's what you have to go to. So I think even if they get some flack, people just go to McDonald's to go. It's not like they're like, "Oh, this is great." They just like, "Hey, we need something quick. Let's go to McDonald's and be done with it." So
Right,
I
right.
don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure. Like I said, I'm kind of tempted. The Archburger looks interesting, but when I saw your review about the three bites and you're out, I don't know. But you said you liked it. It was way too big for you, right?
Right, right.
Okay, fantastic. Talk about what you do. I mean, Plenty Art's a great food section. It's not just McDonald's. Talk about some of the trendier places in Cleveland. What type of stuff do you do each day?
Well, there's three of us on the food team because there's
Mhm.
so much going on in the Cleveland food scene. Um, I'm trying to think of what I'm working on. We'll do some basics about some of the dinners and things that are going on around town. We do a lot on openings and closings, but a lot on openings. And it just feels like there's so many openings lately. Also, last weekend I judged a latte art competition. I didn't
Oh,
know it was such a thing, but there's an international competition for them making the pictures on the top of your lattes.
really? Wow.
Yeah, like how they make the hearts or the tulips. There's an international competition. So the Cleveland competition was last week, and I helped judge that.
Cool. Oh,
And
that sounds great.
it was fun actually. And then there's another competition this weekend, the mac and cheese throwdown, which is a fundraiser. And I think there's about 18 restaurants coming together to show who does the best classic or modern, which is a mac that you might add chorizo or brisket or something to make it a different from the standard. So I'm going to be eating 18 samples of mac and cheese on Saturday.
Oh man, that's great. That sounds great. I'm
It's
a mac
not a
and cheese
bad
guy.
gig.
Yeah, I still eat mac and cheese, not a ton. I think it's okay. Hopefully, that's not killing me or anything. I live here in Columbus, and we have a big mac and cheese. It sounds similar to what's going on in Cleveland, like a fundraiser once a year. And I've
Mhm.
always tried to go to it. I haven't got to go to it, but I got to go to it sometime. That sounds great.
It's kind of neat.
Fantastic. The one thing too that I've always heard of that I used to live in Cleveland a long time ago, but how do we say the name? The Pizakis, the dessert
Oh, the
type
punch
thing,
keys? I
the
know.
pumpkins. Yeah,
Pazki punch key.
yeah. I have heard so much about them. I never had a chance to eat them when I used to live in Cleveland, but it seems like every time I've been up to the office, they have some punch keys there, and I gotta say they're pretty good.
Oh, you did try them. Good.
Yeah, it seems
Good.
like there's always a couple there. I'm not sure if it's you
No, that's
guys or
because
somebody else.
I've been writing about Rudy's Strudel and they do a lot of punch key and I've been bringing them in whenever I'm working on a story. And I did one where they worked with Mally's and they did
Oh,
one
okay.
stuff with chocolate fudge and toffee. So I brought those in and then I was back on another day and brought another dozen in, I think. And you can only eat half of one. They're so big.
Yeah,
And then
I did a whole one. That was not a good choice. It was great, but
aren't they good?
Yeah,
And then I also spent time with, I don't know if you know Brandon Krastowski of Edwin's.
no, no,
No?
no.
Edwin's is a a leadership restaurant training ground for people who were formerly incarcerated, and it gives them skills to find jobs. And people who've been through the program have a much lower rate of recidivism. They don't go back to jail because they have services, they have jobs, employable. But anyway, they do a big punch key event on Fat Tuesday. And
Oh
so
wow.
I went and watched how they make the punchki. And it's not a donut. Might look like it, but it's not a donut. It's raised with um, eggs and yeast, and it takes a long time. You really need to put a lot of time into them to make them good.
Yeah, that sounds fantastic. I love too how you give people a second chance, rehabilitate people in it too. So it sounds like a win-win there. It sounds like a great program.
Oh, Brandon Krastowski's won James Beard nominations. I think he even won an award last year for his community service. He's the one who founded it and is the chef, owner, operator, founder. He's a great guy.
Oh, great. Is there something in the Cleveland food scene that is underappreciated that we don't understand that we need to know more? Like if we live in Cleveland or if we're visiting Cleveland, is there something we should check out that maybe not everybody knows about?
I would say I feel like Asia Town doesn't get as much attention as it could. I don't know if it's because people don't understand it, they're not aware of what restaurants are there, but there are a lot of interesting restaurants and things that can take you out of your comfort zone. And I like going out of my comfort zone, so that's good for me.
Fantastic. No, that sounds great. All right. Well, thank you again, Paris. Really appreciate it. Thanks for bearing with me. I'm going for a little bit of a sick day today, so thanks for, bearing with my sickness. I'll put it that way. Um, Check out Paris. We're gonna have a link to her stories on the Plain Dealer website. Again, I always put a link to my stories. You can check out my stories too. And hey, if you're looking to subscribe, you might say, I don't live right close to Cleveland. If you care about Ohio, tons of great coverage, not just up in the Cleveland area, but the sports all over the state. The food coverage, you can apply that to where you live too, and lots of steakhouse coverage too. So I've worked for a couple places in Ohio. I've never seen as comprehensive coverage as I've seen with the Plain Dealer. So there's a link also too if you want to subscribe to the Plain Dealer as well. Get lots of great coverage, and definitely support local journalism. Hang on a second afterwards, Paris. For Paris, this is Chris. Thanks for checking us out. Have a great day.
Thank you.